Hello, everyone. Welcome to round number 12 of the FIDE Candidates 2022 in Madrid. This is a bit late because I was traveling the other day from Manila to Jeddah. Now I'm back in Dubai, but there was this unfortunate incident yesterday. Until now, I still have my missing luggage. The luggage is not with me, so I'm waiting. I'm still waiting at home whether they will deliver it today. I'm not sure, within the day or tomorrow. I'm also waiting for their call. But this game is not to be missed. Yeah, in round number 12, an important game between Radjabov and Ding Liren. And a sorry loss for Ding. With Radjabov's win, I can say that Nepo is going to challenge Magnus Carlsen for the World Championship. Okay, he's leading by 2 points, last two games. He only needs a draw in the last two games. I think it will be easy for Nepo to do it. And what I didn't like also in this round is Nakamura's 7-minute draw with Nepo. What was that? Okay, for the young ones, please don't follow that one. Huh? If you want to improve on your chess, it has to be a fighting one. You know? No matter what the circumstances may be, you have to fight every time. Especially in the case of Nakamura, you're a $50 million guy. Yeah, you earn 50 million on your YouTube. You don't need the money. You just need to play the game the proper way. I even play the game proper way. I don't have money. I only have 50 pesos. Yeah, but I have to fight. Okay, let's check it out. Ding played d4, knight f6, c4, e6, knight c3, bishop b4. We have the Nimzo Indian. e3 castles. Bishop d3, d5, takes on d5, takes on d5. a3. Radjabov wants to keep his dark squared bishop. He went back to bishop d6. All right. Queen c2, and now what's a move here by Radjabov, knight a6. This reminds me during the time of Bogolyubov, Capablanca, Alekhine, during that time. Yeah. This knight a6 move. So this is an old century move by Timur. Ding Liren went for knight e2, c5. Okay, the main point of knight ace is that if the opponent takes on c5, he takes with the knight. And here it forces white to take the knight, and with the exchange, black should be happy with the light square here because there's no more pressure on h7. And without the light square bishop, it's safe to say that even if you have this isolated pawn on d5, without the light square, it's a light square pawn on d5, black should be fine. And also with the exchange here, he can use this diagonal from a6 to f1 to attack using his light square bishop. Double pawn, but compensation is you get that line, yeah? b4, bishop to d6, bishop to b2, a5. You see that? Now that's a start. White is forced to play b5 here because if not, then Radjabov can take on b4 and he can make use of this line also later on. Ding went for b5, a6. All right, getting rid of the pawn. h3, bishop d7, takes, rook takes a6. Black's activity, yeah. White hasn't castled yet. Ding went for rook d1. Well, if he castles, Radjabov probably would go for the pin here with queen c8. With this threat on h3, this rook can switch to the game with rook g6 at some point. Yeah. He went for rook d1, attacking that IQP, the isolated queen pawn on d5. Rook b6, nice move by Ding. Radjabov went for rook d2. Take a look at knight takes, rook takes. Now Ding has queen to b8, threatens the bishop. If the bishop goes back to c1, for example, bishop c6, the queen is protecting d6, right? You also have an attack on g2. Let's check rook g5. You play rook g5, rook to c8. Look at that one, yes, and this one. If you castle, for example, bishop h2 check, king h1, bishop takes g2. That was the point of rook c8. Covert attack on the queen. So it's all about activity. It's all about the coordination of your pieces and putting them in the right squares. Ding had to play passively with rook d2, protecting his bishop on d2, keeping an eye on d5. Radjabov plays queen c8 first. Now Ding plays f3. Okay, he was afraid that if he castles here, then Radjabov would go for bishop takes h3. You take on h3, queen takes h3, threatening mate, right? And how do you stop it? You move f4, for example, to block the mate. You can play knight g4, still queen h2. And it should be over. So he had to play f3, or also stopping some ideas with knight e4 because of this pin. Rook e8, hitting the e3 pawn. It's hard to imagine that we had a very bad position for white, who has a rating of 2806. He's not playing like a 2806 in terms of positioning his pieces. Yeah, this is not a 2806 type of game. King f2, queen b8. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe the pressure was with the, or maybe he was mad with Nakamura drawing in 7 minutes. All these things, all these factors come into Ding's mind. Yeah, of course, he saw Nakamura blitzing his games 7 minutes, and we are here on the 20th move. In his mind, like, why did he draw? Why didn't he fight? Yeah, and I had to win this game, so I had to play maybe some dubious moves to make the game interesting. But this one is just too bad of a position for white. How to survive with an elite player like Radjabov here. Queen c1, Radjabov thought for a few minutes before playing the winning move. And what was the winning move? Radjabov will not miss it. He captured rook takes e3. I had this sacrifice back in the Sharjah Masters last month, but unfortunately I lost because of a wrong execution in the middle game. But thanks to Radjabov, he won this game. And for me, it was a relief also. Now, here, Ding went for knight d1, but let's check why king takes e3 is not good. We have bishop c5, yes? So only move king d3. We have bishop f5. You only can play knight e4, d takes e4. Oh my god, you takes on e4, bishop takes e4. King goes to c3, for example, rook to b3, king c4, and queen b5. The exposed king. Okay, a very basic objective in chess is to checkmate the king. So the most important piece in a chess game is, of course, the king. And this would be an unusual king walk for Ding, yeah? Because Radjabov now here is playing the king hunt. He's hunting Ding's king. Most of Ding Liren's, okay, 90% of Ding's wins were king walks. But this would be an unfortunate king walk for Ding, yeah. The 90% of his wins was king walk to win. This one will be a king walk to lose, yeah. So he had to play knight d1, rook e8 back, hit and run, yeah. Take the pawn, get the pawn, open up the king, and run back. Knight e3. Of course, you cannot take the knight here because the queen is already there on c5. It's already open. Yeah? Earlier, the knight was on c3. So rook to b3, hitting that knight with two rooks. Yes, one on the b file, one on the e file. Knight goes to g4, takes the bishop with the knight. H takes g4. Rook c8, hitting the queen. Queen a1, and what a move by Radjabov, bishop f4. Ding resigned. and all hope of catching up and getting that candidates title is now out of the picture for Ding and also Nakamura. But the only chance for Nakamura and Ding in the last two games is that they will get second place and hope that Magnus will not try to play the World Championship. But you don't hope for that one now. I mean, in the candidates, only the best man wins. It's all about the first place, nothing else. That's why I didn't like. I was at the airport waiting for my flight at 11 p.m. It started at 9. I was at the airport and then it ended a few minutes after 9. It's Nakamura game and I was so disappointed. That's not what an elite player should play. Yes, there are many young upstarts who are watching the games, and if you're a role model, please fight. Yeah, fight for the championship no matter what happens. There's a chance, however slim it may be. Fight, whether it's very small, tiny, whatever you may use, yeah, any adjective you use for that one, just fight. Nothing else. Okay, why did Ding here resign? Okay, that rook is under attack, so you're forced to take the bishop. Queen takes f4, hitting the rook once more on d2. Yeah, let's say you keep it. This knight takes g4. It's just dead. Yeah, you go back to f1. Rook takes f3. Takes, hitting the rook or hitting this rook. This is dead. Yeah, and with that, all hopes for Ding and Naka is out of the window. It's safe to say that Nepo is going to have this rematch against Magnus Carlsen. And we will find out in the last two games of the candidates. Oh, Nepo only needs a draw. In case of tie, if he loses, which is very unlikely, if he loses the last two games, then we will have a playoff. But Ding and Nakamura has to win the last two games. That's also an unlikely thing to happen because all of these players, the top 8 players, are pretty strong. They can beat anybody on a given day. Yeah. So that was it. Round 12 of the candidates. We saw sad and a very unfortunate loss by Ding, and a very sad draw also by Naka, early draw. I really didn't like it. I'm sure everyone also in the chess community don't like it. That's just bad. It's just bad. You earn $50 million. You just need to play. Why that one? Come on, yo. But okay, that's his life. His life. We also have our own lives. Let's continue with our lives, yeah. And let's check it out. There's still last two games. And we'll see what happens. Thank you guys for watching, and I'm also waiting for my luggage to come. Okay, hopefully it will come soon. Hopefully there's a luggage. It's just a hope. I could also hope that it's gone, but that's life. Okay, so that's about it. Candidates will continue later, and I will continue to search for my luggage. So thank you guys for supporting our channel, Charles Max Chess and Charles Max Entertainment on Facebook and YouTube. I'm back in Dubai. Stay safe, everyone. Bye-bye.